Hello students, today in this lecture I am going to give the concept of integration and how it will be used in physics. So first you know what is the meaning of integration and then later I will tell you its use. So if d by dx, suppose d by dx of A is equal to B. When A is differentiated, A is some function of x. When it is differentiated with respect to x, we get the another function B. It's clear? Here A is being differentiated with respect to x. On differentiating, we get the B. Means that the differential coefficient of A with respect to x is B, where A is the function of x. So integration is opposite of the differentiation. Means integration and differentiation both are opposite to each other. It means if you integrate B with respect to x, then we will get the A. As I have told you that integration and differentiation are opposite to each other. It means if we integrate B with respect to x, then we will get the A. And how will you write this thing? So it will be written as in this way. This is the sign of integral. This is the sign of integral. So integral B dx. It's clear? Here it is signifying that B is being integrated with respect to x. In between the sign of integral and dx, we will put that quantity, that function which is to be integrated. In between this sign and dx, we will put this function B which is to be integrated. So it will be equal to A. It will be equal to A. And sometimes we put some constant also. And why do we put constant? So you can see after some examples. Integral B dx equals to A plus some constant. It's clear. Now see here. First you see I am taking some function here d by dx of 4x square plus 3. If you differentiate it, what will you get? You will get d by dx of 4x square plus d by dx of 3. As differentiation of any constant, it will be always 0, therefore this will become 0. What will you write this? You will write this will become 0. So I am not writing it further. Here 4 you will take before. 4 d by dx of x square. When you will evaluate d by dx of x square, it is 2x, that is it is equal to 8x. It means if you integrate 8x with respect to x, you will get 4x square plus 3. Means I am writing the same thing. If we integrate 8x, because from here you have seen when it is differentiated with respect to x, we get 8x. It means the opposite of this, when 8x is integrated with respect to x, then it will give you 4x square plus 3. Now I am taking another function here. You take d by dx of 4x square minus 10. Here if you differentiate, then here also you will get the same thing, 8x. When you will do the differentiation of 4x square minus 10, you will get the 8x. It means if you integrate 8x, if you integrate 8x with respect to x, what will you get? This is integral 8x dx. You will get 4x square minus 10. Now see here. If you see in both the sides are same, but the other sides are different. In one it is 4x square plus 3, in the other it is 4x square minus 10. Means the value of this constant is not same. Value of this constant is not same. It's clear. So we write it in this way: integral b dx, if d by dx of a equals to b, then integral b dx will be equals to a plus constant. It's clear. Constant can be determined by applying some given conditions. When some conditions will be given, then by using those conditions we will be able to find the constant. It's clear. On changing the conditions every time, what will happen? On changing the conditions every time, what will happen? You will get the different conditions. For example, here when you have integrated 8x dx, integral 8x dx, one time it is 4x square plus 3. When you have difference integrated once again, on applying the other condition, it comes out 4x square minus 10. Means it is differing in the constant value. It means we can say that the functions which are having the same differential coefficients, here this is a function having what differential coefficient? 8x. This is a function having what differential coefficient? 8x. The functions which are having the same differential coefficients, when integrated, when functions which are having same differential coefficients, so when we integrate those differential coefficients, we get function, we will get the, with this, we will not get, here these constants will be different. It is clear. Constants will be different. So this type of integration is known as indefinite integral. Indefinite integral. Because we don't know the value of constant. By integration, we will not be able to find the value of constant. We can find the value of constant only by using the given conditions. When the conditions will be given, we will be able to determine. We will be able to determine. It is clear. Otherwise, we will not be able to determine. You can see here these are the two functions are having the same differential coefficients. But these functions are differing in constants. They are differing in constants. So when we integrate 8x once, we get 4x square plus 3. When it is integrated, then we get 4x square minus 10. It's clear. So now this type of integral is known as indefinite integral. Now here one more thing. If the, suppose here values are given, then we will be able to, here lower limit is written at this place, and at this place we write the upper limit. That I will tell you afterwards. When the limits of the integral is given, here lower limit at this point, at here we write the lower limit, here we write the upper limit. So if the limits are given, then that function will be, that integral will become definite integral. Then we will be able to get the value of constant. If the limits of the integral is given, then we will be able to determine the value of the constant, and then that type of integral is known as the definite integral. That is called the definite integral. Means if limits of integral is given, then that kind of integration is called definite integration. It's called definite integration. Means here we will get a definite result. It's clear. We will get the value of the constant also. Now see here. How will you solve the definite integral? So suppose it is given integral b dx from alpha to beta. Means when x equals to alpha to x equals to beta, it is integrated in between these two limits. Then here it gives the e. It's clear. We will find out here write down alpha and beta. Now we will not put the constant. Now its value at the upper limit, value of, how will you simplify? Value of a at upper limit minus value of a at lower limit. When I will take one example, then it will become more clear. It's clear. So this way we write the definite integral. It is clear. That is the indefinite integral. Now see here, what is the formula of integration? So we will discuss only one formula as we have discussed in the differentiation. One formula, d by dx of x to the power n equals to d by dx of x to the power n equals to nx to the power n minus 1. d by dx of x to the power n equals to nx to the power n minus 1. Now what will you do? When we will integrate it, we will get x to the power n. It's clear? So you see what is the corresponding formula of this in integration. So this point will be clear to you. Perhaps I am sure that you have understood this, that integration is opposite to differentiation. If on differentiating a with respect to x you get b, then on integrating b with respect to x you will get a. a को डिफरेंशिएट करने पर b मिलता है, तो b को इंटीग्रेट करने पर a मिलेगा. इट्स क्लियर? सो नाउ सी हियर, you know that formula in the differentiation, d by dx of x to the power n equals to nx to the power n minus 1. If you integrate nx to the power n minus 1 dx, it is clear, the quantity which is to be integrated is this. It is clear? Therefore it will be written in between integral sign and dx. dx is operator here. Here dx is operator, so no need to go in that thing, in that detail. So it will be equal to x to the power n plus constant. There will be some constant. It's clear? Constant means free from x, free from x. Now since this is the n is a number is a constant, so you take it out. So it is integral n x to the power n minus 1 dx equals to x to the power n plus constant. It's clear? Now we will replace n by n plus 1. You replace n by n plus 1 everywhere. Everywhere you replace the n by n plus 1. So see here. What will be the result? So you can get here, when it will be replaced, it will become n plus 1. Integral x to the power, in place of n you write n plus 1 minus 1 into dx equals to x to the power n plus 1 plus constant. It's clear? Now you divide that side, you divide by n plus 1. So it will become 1 and 1 cancel, integral x to the power n dx equals to x to the power n plus 1 upon n plus 1. And when you divide a constant by this number, it will be once again constant. Suppose that is constant is 10, this is 2, 10 upon 2, that will be a new constant, means it will remain constant only. So I am writing only constant. It's clear? This will be constant. So this is the formula of integral x to the power n dx. Integral x to the power n dx. It is equal to x to the power n plus 1 upon n plus 1 plus constant. Plus constant. Integral x to the power n plus 1 upon n plus 1 plus constant. It is known as the power formula. Power formula in integration. Now I will solve it. Now see here, I will take here, find out integral 1 dx. As you have seen in the integration, d by dx of x equals to 1. Now when 1 you will integrate, you will get the x. You see here, integral 1 dx. How will you simplify? So integral 1 is not in terms of x, you can write it at x to the power 0 dx. X to the power 0 dx. Now see here one more thing. Here power is raised over x as well as it is integrated with respect to x. Both the things should be same. If they will differ, then it will not apply. It will apply only when the variable over which the power is raised and the variable with respect to which it is being integrated, both are same. जिसके with respect integrate कर रहे हैं और जिस पर power raise की गई है, both are the same. So here it will formula will apply. What is the value of n? N is 0 here. So it is, you put here x to the power 0 plus 1 upon 0 plus 1 plus constant. When you will simplify, what will be x to the power 1 upon 1, that is equals to x plus constant. It's clear? Means integral 1 dx equals to x. You simply remember integral 1 dx equals to x. For a moment we will forget constant because we will do the questions on the definite integration. It's clear? So integral 1 dx equals to x. Now see here what will be integral x dx. Integral x dx. What is the power? No power means the power is 1. When you will apply it, x to the power 1 plus 1 upon 1 plus 1 plus constant. So it will be equal to x square upon 2 plus constant. This will be the integral x dx. Integral x dx is x square upon 2. Now integral x square dx. What will be integral x square dx? Formula will apply because the power is raised over x and integrated with respect to x. What is the value of n? N is 2. So it will be equal to x to the power 2 plus 1 upon 2 plus 1 plus constant. That is equals to x to the power 3 upon 3 plus constant. This is the integration. Now here this formula is the power formula. Like differentiation, here also there are many other formulae. For example, I have told one more formula in the differentiation. D by dx of e to the power x equals to e to the power x. So if you integrate it with respect to x, what will you get? You will get the e to the power x plus constant k. So first thing, you remember that differentiation and integration both are opposite to each other. Suppose on differentiating a function of x fx, we get gx. On differentiating fx, we get gx. Then on integrating gx, we will get fx. It's clear? We will get the fx. But integration do not give the indefinite integration, do not give the exact idea of the constant which is added. So that's why we keep one constant, because in examples you have seen when integrated 8x is integrated, we get 4x square minus 3, 4x square plus 10, two different results. So in definite integral we don't get the idea of the constant. Idea of constant can be, we can determine the constant only when some conditions are given. It is clear? When some conditions will be given, then we will be able to determine that constant. Now see here, now we will show you how to evaluate the definite integral. So everything will be same, only in definite integral some limits will be given. It's clear? So that I am telling to you. Suppose it is given x to the power 4 dx from 1 to 2. Limit is from 1 to 2. It's clear. Now it is a definite integral, so when you will integrate, you will not write constant. You will not write constant. So when you will integrate it, so it will be integrated by using this formula. What is the value of n? N is 4. So when you will write 4 plus 1, 5, 4 plus 1, 5, that is x to the power 5 upon 5. We will write these lower limit and upper limit. Here x equals to 1, upper limit is x equals to 2. We will write it here. It's clear. How will you simplify this? So you take out 5 common because the 5 is a constant. This can be written as x to the power 5. Limit is from 1 to 2. Now here how will you solve this bracket? The value of this when x equals to 2 minus the value of this when x equals to 1 means its value at upper limit minus its value at lower limit. Means you simplified 1 upon 5. Its value at upper limit means when x is 2, then what is its value? 2 to the power 5 minus when x is 1, then what is its value? 1 to the power 5. Simplify 1 upon 5. 2 to the power 5 is 32 minus 1, that is equals to 31 upon 5, that is equals to 6 whole 1 upon 5. This way you can calculate. This way you can calculate the value of this definite integral. It is clear. Now see here. Now I will explain you the use of integration in physics. So if you see the use of integration, if you go at the literal meaning of integration, then integration means summation. Differentiation means splitting. Here integration means summation. By using integration, we can find the area enclosed by a curve and x-axis. What will be the area enclosed by a curve and x-axis? That can be found by using integration. That you can see here. It's clear. Means what is its use? What is the use of integration in the physics? Its use is by using integration. Area enclosed by a curve and x-axis can be found. X-axis can be found. As already I have told, integration, its literal meaning is summation. Summation over the small range. And then, for example, here there is a curve. There is a function y equals to fx. When it has been plotted here, y along y-axis and x along x-axis. Suppose if it is a curve of this, and you have to find the area enclosed by this curve and x-axis in between x equals to a to x equals to b. It is very simple to calculate this area by using the formula, because it is a regular type of diagram. What is this? What is this diagram? It is a trapezium. Here this diagram is trapezium and its area you can find by using the formula. What is the formula of area of trapezium? 1 upon 2 sum of parallel sides multiplied by perpendicular distance between the parallel sides. 1 upon 2 sum of the parallel sides multiplied by perpendicular distance between the parallel sides. So this area we can find by using integration as well as by using this way which I have just now told. But suppose if the curve is not a straight line, this curve is not a straight line. Suppose the curve is like this. Here this graph is not a straight line, graph is a curve. So you can see here one side is curved. Then how will you find the area? We will not be, because it is not any regular diagram. Here it's one side is curved. A previous diagram was straight line, graph was straight line. So in that case we have found the regular diagram which was trapezium, and we have found the area by using the formula of the area of trapezium. But suppose if you have to find here in this case, when it is not a regular diagram, then what will you do? You will split this trapezium into rectangular strips of infinitesimally small area, is infinitely small width. We will split this area which is to be calculated in rectangular strips of infinitely small widths. इन इस एरिया को हम क्या कर देंगे? स्प्लिट कर देंगे इनटू रेक्टेंगुलर स्ट्रिप्स whose width is infinitesimally small. Here we have taken this width as dx because this is on x-axis. That's why we have taken dx. It's clear? So since it is very small, therefore what will happen? This part will be almost straight. This is not infinitely small. Infinitely small is not, we will not be able to show that. We will not be able to show that thing with the very close to each other. So in order to have clarity, I have taken some distant lines. So when dx will be very small, what will be? This area will be just like a rectangular strip. It will be just like a rectangular strip. It is clear? What will be the area of this rectangular strip? If you take this length equal to y, this length equal to y, this is breadth. It is rectangular in shape, so what will be the area? Area of this strip will be y into dx. Now you can see here, when the graph of y versus x is a curve, it is not a straight line, and you have to find the area under curve, that is area enclosed by curve and x-axis. How will you find that area? So we will split whole area into rectangular strips of infinitesimally small width. One such strip is shown here, whose width is dx. Now since it is rectangular in shape, so what will be its area? Its area will be equal to y dx. It is clear? Now there will be similar strips from here to here. From here to here there will be similar strips. You have to add the area of all such strips. You have to add the area of all such strips. So how will you add? So that addition we will do by using integration. That addition of area of all such strips lying from here to here we will do by using integration. वो एडिशन हम कैसे करेंगे? ये ऐसी सभी स्ट्रिप्स के एरिया का by using integration from where to where? From x equals to a to x equals to b. This thing. So how will you write that thing? Area will be equal to integral y dx. Limit is from where to where? A to b. A to b means x equals to a to x equals to b. Limit will be equal to x equals to a to x equals to b. This is the formula of area, and this is the use of integration in physics. Integration is used for determining the area enclosed by a curve and x-axis. It is used for calculating the area under the curve. It's clear. This way we can calculate the area. Now I am going to take one question. here based on this. So you can see here, yes, I am writing this question here in this side. Find area bounded under the curve y equals to 3x square plus 6x plus 7 and x-axis with the ordinates at x equals to 5 and x equals to 10. Means here equation of the curve is given that y equals to 3x square plus 6x plus 7. You have to calculate the area bounded under the curve. If area bounded under the curve means area between curve and x-axis. And in x-axis you have to calculate from where to where? From x equals to 5 to x equals to 10. So how will you find out? How will you find this row? We can find it by using integration, this formula. So see here, I am doing here area equals to integral. What is a here? It is 5. B here it is 10. Y dx, what is y? 3x square plus 6x plus 7 into that dx. Now we will separate just like the differentiation, we will separate it here. So it is integral 5 to 10. This is 3x square dx plus integral 5 to 10 6x dx plus integral 5 to 10 7 dx. It's clear. Now how will you solve it further? So you take out 3 before, here 6 before, here 7 before. It's clear. So in the next step what will you write? I am writing here 3, but you can do in a single step. Straightforward from the starting you will write 3 in the beginning before the integral sign. Before the integral sign you will do. So 3 integral 5 to 10 x square dx plus then 6 you write in the beginning, integral 5 to 10 x dx. It's clear. Then 7 integral 5 to 10 1 dx. Now what is integral x square dx? So integral x square dx, already I have told, if you use the formula you will get x cube upon 3. Limit is from where to where? 5 to 10 plus 6 integral x dx x square upon 2. Here what is the power? No power means 1 power. Already I have explained this. What will be integral x dx? So it will be x square upon 2. Limit is from where to where? 5 to 10 plus 7 integral 1 dx, we know it is equal to x. It is also 5 to 10. Now how will you solve it further? So you can see here 3 and 3 will be cancelled out because you have to take out it common. 2 1 ja, 2 3 ja. It's clear. Now evaluate these. You have to evaluate this. So how will you evaluate? I am writing here how will you evaluate? So integral x cube from 5 to 10, not integral, x cube from 5 to 10 means its value at upper limit minus its value at lower limit, that it will be equal to 10 cube minus 5 cube. Upper limit is x equals to 10, lower limit is x equals to 5, then plus 3. Here its value at x equals to 10, that is 10 square minus 5 square. Here it will be 10 minus 5. You simplify this. 10 cube is 1000 minus 125. 10 square is 100 minus 25 plus 7 into 5. You further simplify. So it will be equal to 875. Is clear? Then 3 into 75 plus 35. When you evaluate 875 plus 225 plus 35. So it will be equal to 900, 1135. 1135. This way you will be able to calculate this. It's clear? Now you can see one more question here. So we will not go in very much detail of the integral calculus. We have to know only that much which is required from the point of view of physics. It's clear? Only that much is required for us. So here this power formula is very widely used. It is much used. It's much used in the physics. So that's why I am taking the problems only of the power formula. Now there is one more question in this book, so that also I am going to explain you. Now see here. Here the question is, the change in a function of y and independent variable x are related as this: dy upon dx equals to x square. Means, as you know that what is dependent and independent variable. When we have written this equals to, for example, the same question you take here, 6x plus 7. So we take the values of x and then determine the value of y. So x is independent variable and y is the dependent variable. X is independent, y is dependent variable. It is clear? So here rate of change of dependent variable with respect to independent variable is given. dy upon dx is given. It is clear? And it has been asked, find y as a function of x. Y as a function of x means what will be y as a function of x? Means you have to determine this thing fx. It's clear? Means this thing you have to determine. So we will apply the concept of integration. When we will integrate, we will get this. Therefore, integral x square dx will be equals to y plus some constant. Y plus some constant. Because the differential coefficient of y is x square, therefore its integration will be y plus some constant. So we can write x square upon dx, integral x square dx equals to x cube upon 3 equals to y plus some constant. Or we can write y equals to x cube upon 3 minus k or plus k. Anything you can write, because k is constant. That k may have positive or negative any value. It's clear? So this will be. So here we can write this way or this way. Any way you can write. You can write any way. Whether k is positive or negative, there is no difference. In every case, the differentiation of y will give you x square. So this, now see here one more question here it is given. Question number 28 that I am going to explain you. If you see here this question, I am just reading and you note down. This is given in your book H.C. Verma, page 30. It is given, but I am reading the question, so you note down the question. The momentum P of a particle changes with time t. Momentum P of the particle changes with time t according to the relation. According to the relation, momentum is represented by small p dt equals to 10 Newton plus 2 Newton per second into t. Okay. Simply you can write it as 10 plus 2 into t. 10 plus 2 into t. I have not written the unit. If the momentum is 0 at t equals to 0, here it is given when t equals to 0, momentum is 0. You have to find momentum when t equals to 10 seconds. Then what will be the momentum? It's clear. Now with the smaller value is taken the lower limit, bigger value is taken the upper limit. So here lower limit is 0 and upper limit is, lower limit of time is 0, upper limit of time is 10. Lower limit of momentum is 0, upper limit is p. So see here, how will you find from here? So as you can see, dp upon dt equals to 10 plus dt into t. So what will be dp? dp will be 10 dt plus 2t dt. Now on integrating with respect to t, on integrating, so integral dp equals to, this will be 10 integral dt plus 2 integral t dt. Now see here, in the left hand side it is integrated with respect to p. It is integrated with respect to p. Therefore, we will substitute the limit of p. So limit of lower limit is 0, upper limit is p, that you have to find. Here it is integrated with respect to t. So here lower limit is 0, upper limit is 10. Here operator is dt, means integrated with respect to t. Here operator is dp, it means it is integrated with respect to p. As you know that integral dp equals to what? Integral dx equals to what? Already I have told in the beginning, integral 1 dx equals to x. So in the same way, integral dp means it will be equal to p. Limit is from where to where? 0 to p. Integral dt means just like integral dt means t. So it will be equal to 10, limit it t from 0 to 10 plus, what is integral t dt? So just now you have seen integral x dx equals to x square upon 2. So integral t dt will be t square upon 2. So it will be 2 t square upon 2. Limit is from 0 to 10. This will be cancelled. Here there is no need to put the integration constant. Why? Because it is already limits are being given. Now its value at the upper limit, that is p minus 0 equals to 10. It will be 10 minus 0 plus what will be here? 10 square minus 0 square. When you will simplify, 10 into 10 plus 100. So it is equals to 100 plus 100. So p equals to 200. 200 Newton second. Newton second. It's clear? This will be equal to Newton second. Why Newton second? Because dp equals to 2 into t dt. So this will have the same unit as this. And what is here? This is Newton second. Here you can see 2 Newton second and second into second. You can see here 2 is in, the unit of 2 is given Newton second. You can see from here. Then second dt is also second, so Newton second. It's clear, so that way you can find. So this is all about in the integration. In the description box, I will give the some questions based on the integration. So you try to do those questions. If you are not getting, then you inform me through the message. So thank you.